Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Andy Yang, the CEO of Indiegogo, and Tomasso Taburnotti, the co-founder of Easyship. Thank you for joining us, Andy and Tomasso.
Thanks for having us.
Hi, Fred. Thanks for having us here.
Well, we're going to start out, Andy, with you explaining to us what you're doing at the Consumer Electronics Show, announcing, I guess, an expanded kind of partnership. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we're excited to announce our partnership with Easyship. It's an exclusive shipping partner for Indiegogo entrepreneurs, and we're excited to enable really this exciting platform that helps with fulfillment and shipment. Entrepreneurs, once they have a successful crowdfunding campaign, their main source of stress is, how do I fulfill all these orders? And by partnering with, a world-class company and startup like Easyship, it makes a tremendous value add for our entrepreneurs and our campaign owners.
Tomasso, tell us what Easyship does, how you're going to be solving these issues, those pain points.
Sure. So Easyship is a shipping platform. We help e-commerce companies to ship their products anywhere. So with Easyship, our clients can use more than 250 different shipping solutions to ship anywhere in the world. So we try to simplify the complex world of shipping through a powerful and user-friendly dashboard that anybody, regardless of their size, can use to link their e-commerce stores. Thanks to our native integrations, they can compare different shipping solutions to find what's the best way to deliver any order, and see what are the taxes and duties for international orders, so that basically any companies can ship globally as easily as they can to ship domestically, basically.
And are you sort of like a middleman kind of thing? Describe how this works, what Easyship does.
Yeah, sure. So we are technologists in a way that our main focus is to build our product and our technology. Then we basically talk to couriers directly. So we integrate with them. We have accounts with the carriers so that, you can use more than 250 different shipping solutions without the need to go to every single courier one by one, signing a contract, pay deposit, this kind of thing. So in this regard, we can be associated to be a middleman, but then we also allow merchants to bring their own accounts. So if companies, they've worked with a specific couriers for some time and they want to use it, we just provide the platform. So in this regard, we don't have to be middleman.
You're not physically handling the goods, though, right?
Yeah, correct. So we don't touch the product. We provide all the integration and the technology behind it to allow users to compare couriers, print shipping labels, request pickup, and track their shipment. But then for some specific projects, like, for example, our partnership with Indiegogo, we integrate with more than 25 different fulfillment centers worldwide. So in Asia, in Europe, and in the States, and to basically allow our clients to place their stock and inventory in these warehouses, and then these warehouses are the ones actually physically picking and packing the orders.
And Andy, you mentioned that for creators using services like Indiegogo, this is really a big point of stress. Describe that for us more fully, how this all works.
Yeah, if you can imagine, put yourself in a successful campaigner's shoes. You've sold, sometimes hundreds of thousands of products to hundreds of thousands of customers all around the world. And now you have to get those products to them in, the over, 200 countries. And so if you were to do this by hand or manually yourself, you'd have to be contacting each of these couriers, understanding all these complicated, tariffs, import taxes, etc. Easyship really makes this easy for them, and they take care of all the things that campaign owners really are stressing about with all these different, regulations, taxes, and it makes it very simple for them. It's funny because, when we pulled our data, a lot of our campaigners were already using Easyship unbeknownst to us. And so, we had definitely wanted to partner with a company like Easyship for a long time. And, this just kind of made it easy because it was very much kind of a pull-driven approach.
Now, the Consumer Electronics Show is just one example, but crowdfunding, and Indiegogo is obviously a leader there, has just exploded. Companies all over the place popping up, giving people an opportunity to create products and bring them to market. Tell us what your thoughts are about where this is going and how big it's gotten.
Yeah, crowdfunding has definitely exploded. I would say a couple of years ago, it definitely went supernova, and there's been a lot of kind of sanity into the market. So we've seen things in terms of overall crowdfunding trends really stabilize. We've seen a lot of repeat campaigners. So on Indiegogo, over 40% of our campaigners are now repeat campaigners. So they're coming back, and people are running their second, their third campaigns. So they're much more sophisticated. That helps the backers, that helps the consumers. And then as they're searching for new services and partnerships, that's why companies like Eaship is a great partner for us as they're kind of going through their second or third campaigns and really taking the stress and the burden of fulfillment. In terms of what we're seeing at CES, we're seeing very similar things. As I've mentioned, people that have been to CES launched multiple products, their next iteration. And in terms of Indiegogo, what we're seeing, we're basically the leader in product entrepreneurs, technology and innovation very broadly. And so CES is a very important show for us. And we're seeing a lot of trends into, last mile mobility, so scooters, e-bikes. We're seeing, sleep tech really take off. So we're seeing some really interesting trends. And I think crowdfunding is really the place where people find their first audiences, the people that are going to really care about their products and be invested and basically crowdsource the design for them.
What has this whole idea meant to innovation overall? It used to be, it was very difficult to try to create something, bring it to market. So what has this meant?
Yeah, I think it's really, simplified a lot of things, streamlined. There's a lot of services available for entrepreneurs. And what I keep hearing from our entrepreneurs is, I really, want to focus on innovation, making my product. I'm really, quote unquote, bad at sales. I'm bad at marketing. And that's where Indiegogo can help. And that's where when people come to Indiegogo, is to find their audience, find their first customers, and to find their first enthusiasts that are going to really care about their products and their companies. And they're very invested in the entrepreneur's story. And so that's what's, Indiegogo is very powerful at, is helping. We have an amazing campaign strategy team, an amazing sales team that helps and coaches the entrepreneurs to tell their story, tell the passion around it, and also to connect them with, very value-added partners like Easyship and a lot of our other partners in the experts directory. So it's really, for crowdfunding, it's really given the burden of entrepreneurship and lowered it. But also there's still a lot of challenges that remain, obviously, for entrepreneurs, especially in consumer electronics and hardware, that we're also providing, value add through the various partners that we've had.
What do people need? Do they need something more than just an idea?
I think, yeah, they need something better. Like, the old cliche goes, ideas are cheap. It's the execution that matters. And so we need, tenacious entrepreneurs that are really not going to give up. Crowdfunding has had its booms and busts. And I think, a couple of years ago, people had thought it was almost too easy to raise money on crowdfunding, and then they overpromised or oversold their idea. So we really need a sense of grit, a sense of persistence. And I think that's really come through as the industry's consolidated a bit. And entrepreneurs have that sense of drive, their passion, and the true entrepreneurs will really stand out and really deliver.
And Tomasso, the role that you're playing is really crucial, because if consumers order something, there's an expectation that they're going to get product, and it gives this whole area a bad name if that doesn't happen.
Yeah, so I really much agree with Andy's point. I think it's a very hard life for makers out there, because the hardware is super, super tough. And when you start adding on top of that, like other expertise that they need to have to run a successful campaign, like marketing and logistics, it can become overwhelming. So, our job here is really to try to simplify as much as we can so that entrepreneurs can focus on what they can do best, that is actually create products here, right? They don't have to become logistics experts overnight. So I think that the main obstacle we see here during the last years is that, as Andy said, there like a lot of success in the crowdfunding space, and it kind of gave the idea sometimes that raising funds is very easy. But when you have like that have arrived maybe to complete successful campaigns and then had to start doing research about how to fulfill these orders and how to get these orders in the customer's hands. And then they just realize how complex shipping is, how, maybe they had in mind that ship something is very, very cheap, while it may be a bit more expensive than that. They have to face taxes and duties internationally and kind of basically survive with a complete campaign. They raise X amount of money, but didn't budget in the right cost of shipping. So they find themselves a bit in the corner, and they don't have enough money to afford the right shipping solution that customers will need to have a satisfactory post-purchase experience. And so they ended up choosing very cheap and inefficient shipping solution that eventually would disappoint their customers. And for me, this kind of like destroy the entire value of doing a crowdfunding campaign. That is to basically bring product validation and gain like market reputation, right? So the underuser have done everything right, and then like kind of like wasted it just because you didn't factor in the right price. That's why we are working very closely with Indiegogo to try to do as much education as we can with entrepreneurs so that they know about shipping even before starting a campaign.
Andy, looking at the consumer side, are we seeing many more people willing to put their faith, their trust, their money into these products?
Yeah, I think we've seen a very strong and consistent demand for new innovation from wherever, and so as the world becomes and continues to become more global, innovations are coming from everywhere around the world, and that's why companies like Easyship are really kind of bringing down the barriers for world trade and to facilitate this fulfillment. From the consumer side, yeah, I have to be very transparent. Like there is some trust that we have to win back on behalf of all of crowdfunding and the industry, and that's why we're taking steps to make sure that our campaigners are armed with the best services, the best partners, and also doing a lot on the trust and safety side to make sure that we're screening campaigns very rigorously. We've recently moved up kind of bank verification to the forefront of our entrepreneur onboarding workflow, and so we're making sure that there's a lot of these consumer protections because I'm new to the industry, or relatively new to the industry, having joined 7 months ago. But yeah, we have a lot of work to do to win back consumer trust. But there is a lot of interest, and I always want to remind people that you're not quote unquote buying a product, or you're not purchasing, or you're not ordering. You're backing a campaign. You're backing an entrepreneur, and you may get this perk. There's always an element of risk in crowdfunding, but the nature of this is you buy into the story. You want to take a chance on somebody's dream, their passion. And you want to feel that and help them with your capital and your buy-in. And so we have a lot of work to do to continue to educate the consumer and in order to protect them.
So people should not be viewing this as crowdfunding as an outright purchase like they would make on Amazon or elsewhere. This is, as you said, backing an idea.
That's correct. And I want to make sure, every interview I do, every, conversation I have, to always put that out there that, you're believing in the entrepreneur, you're supporting them at their very, most vulnerable stage. And so, by backing this campaign and really funding their ability to achieve their dreams and fulfill their promise to you, there is an element of risk there.
And if you can describe it for us simply, what is it that you look for before telling a potential company, okay, let's go?
Yeah, I think it's really dependent on the entrepreneur and their story. A lot of it is focused on, why they're doing the campaign that they're doing. If you go through our entrepreneur workflow on Indiegogo, there's lots of things about, why did you choose this idea? Tell us about the team. So a lot of the storytelling. So we look for entrepreneurs that, again, have that sense of grit, have that sense of ability to kind of tell their story, and we help them tease that out. But, really that tenaciousness is something I personally look for, that, you can tell when a founder, they will not sleep. They will not, their lives will not be complete unless they fulfill and ship this product to people and see their dreams come to life. So I really screen for that kind of sense of tenaciousness and grit.
Again, it's Indiegogo partnering with Easyship. Andy Yang and Tomasso Taburnotti, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thanks for having us, Fred.
Thanks, Fred. Thanks a lot.
Cooking with the power of the sun. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, here to tell you about the latest innovation from my friend Patrick Sherwin and his great team at GoSun Stove. The GoSun Fusion has arrived using the company's tried and true reflectors and a solar vacuum tube to get you cooking without the mess of charcoal, heavy propane tanks, or smoke. A really bright idea. And with an optional solar panel and battery storage and the ability to plug in at home or on the road, you really can use the GoSun Fusion to cook anytime and anywhere, day or night, rain or shine. I love what Patrick and his team are doing, and so will you. Want to learn more? Head to gosun.co to check out all of the company's products and innovations and use the code Techstination to save 10%. That's gosun.co.